Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and great millstone who were well. Peace and mercy to the Tazadak Akim out there that's laboring in truth with all sincerity. All right, I want to say Shalom. All right, today's topic is going to be a quick lesson, through the Spirit, going into, recent news, current news. All right, this article was published today at, July 28th, 7:54 a.m. And it goes into what? Tesla signed $16.5 billion deal with Samsung for new AI chips. All right. And the reason why through the Spirit I want to do this lesson is going to be quick is because all these things that's transpiring with AI, all right, is ultimately going to lead into a digital, this digital system, or it's going to ultimately lead into that beast system, all right, which is going to be a part of that new world order, which ultimately is going to bring forth, the mark of the beast, as the scriptures go into, okay, because now with AI, all right, AI is going to replace a lot of, jobs, okay, like, your front desk receptionist, jobs like that, simple jobs that usually the poor do. Because remember, when you go into Revelation, the 13th chapter, which I'm going to bring out later through the Spirit, it says, rich and poor, all right, he said, rich and poor shall receive that mark. So that excludes the middle class. And we see in that time, as time is progressing, that, they're trying to eliminate the middle class. All right. And one of the ways they're going to eliminate the middle class is by replacing their jobs with AI technology. Okay. And the reason why I'm bringing this out, because now we've seen these things progress. Tesla is a major company. Okay. So they're known for their electric cars, things like that. Elon Musk is a quote unquote big player. All right. So it's just showing you how everything is just, it's transforming in front of our eyes. The world is changing in front of us. All right. And everyone is starting to realize that, because you see even on social media, certain people, they talk about how they're trying to eliminate the middle class, and we're seeing it. They were used. One of the major ways was with AI, because AI is going to take over those simple jobs that people do, like the front desk receptionist, a person that gathers the data information, things of that nature. Okay, so it says, I'm going to read the article again. It says, Tesla signed $16.5 billion deal with Samsung for new AI chips. So it says, and the key takeaways, Tesla has agreed to a $16.5 deal to buy next generation semiconductors from Korean electronics maker Samsung. Samsung said it has secured an undisclosed new customer in regulatory filing, and Tesla CEO Elon Musk later confirmed that the contract was with his company. The deal will run through the end of 2033, as Samsung will make Tesla's new generation AI 6 chip. Okay, so just going into this AI chips and this AI technology is going into, that beast system, which I'm going to just start off with the book of Daniel's 12th chapter real quick. It says Daniel's 12:4. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Now, I'm going to just stick to that part. The knowledge shall be increased. And knowledge is being increased through this technology, through AI technology. Okay? The information, wisdom is being increased. It's just in general. You can use AI to, type in historical context or something, or, use AI to learn how to, financially invest your money. They give you all the breakdowns of what stocks you should be investing into, what real estates on return on investments you should be looking into. Okay. just, things of that nature. So AI, the knowledge is being increased because ultimately AI is going to replace jobs, that people actually do. That's how knowledge is being increased. All right. As well as even on the right hand side, within the scriptures, you could use AI, the chat GBT to, help, get certain points of the scriptures, So on both sides, knowledge is being increased. But ultimately, through this AI technology, is basically bringing forth that beast system, all right? A part of that new world order, because now with the AI, they making chips, AI chips. They're going to have robots, drones, okay? And a part of that chip is a part of the mark, okay? They're going to have AI chips where it's just basically, where you might have money stored on those chips. Because before, everything happens in progression. So before that mark is fully implemented, they're going to basically have it already out. Like, you're going to have an AI chip. So see how we have a digital wallet on our phones? Well, you could just go to certain restaurants and stores and make purchases with your phone. Is going to be something similar with those AI chips, on however they basically do it. Because the chips in our phone, so it could start off like that, because the people gotta get used to doing it before they just go hardcore slam down. It gotta be in the people's minds, in the people's psyche, all right, of using these chips and using these digital wallets and making purchases, because they're trying to eliminate ultimately the physical cash. Okay, so I'm gonna get Revelation 13. Matter of fact, before I get that, I'm going to get 1 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 3, I think it's verse 1. Hold on. Wisdom of this world. Yep. So, this is 1 Corinthians 1 and 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? All right, so the wisdom of this world is considered foolishness to the Most High, because a lot of people, and especially the Israelites, they're going to, look at ChatGPT and its AI technology as, as their power, as their God, because of the information that Chat uses, all right, or the information that Chat brings out, all right, this AI technology brings out, which is going to make people feel like, they're going to just end up being boastful and end up just being more prideful, because now you could use AI for anything. For any type of research and information, you could use AI, all right? And that's what's going to, boast the people up. You could ask AI, do you think the world is going to end in next year? And Chat will give you an answer, and you say, see, Chat said this. What's going on in the world? See, Chat said this. So if you don't have that wisdom from the Lord, okay, the faith from the Lord, then you're done. Ultimately, that's why we don't want to bring that scripture out. AI is not going to save you, all right? Because in a time of, when, darkness and tribulation, the wisdom, that goes into the stars, the moon, all right, the sun, which is, going into that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, is going to be brought at a very low point, all right? So you're not going to be able to use ChatGPT to find out the answers in Jacob's trouble. All right, when the internet, cyber attacks and the internet is being brought down, okay? So ultimately, you need the true wisdom of these scriptures. You need, Yahweh Shem Yahushua to, open your minds and have, open your minds to believing in this truth, all right? To believing in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because ultimately that's what's going to, deliver us, that faith and, doing the works of the Lord. Okay. You know, so as we see these, current news, Tesla signing, all right, making contracts with Samsung and, signing $16 billion deals with AI companies, that's the more you're supposed to be getting closer to the Lord, all right, because that time is coming, all right. The times are, we seeing it. We seeing the transition come. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, all right, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak. And that image of the beast is going to that new world order, all right, which is basically patented by Rome, all right. So that image of the beast is going into the new world order, which we're seeing, being slowly progressing, all right, because that image of the beast is a part of that image. A part of the new world order is microchipping everyone, bringing forth a digital currency, okay, all right. And we seeing that through AI, all right. That's how everything's going to be implemented, is through the AI technology, okay. It says that the image of the beast shall both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed, all right. Going into the elect, the people who's not gonna bow. They scriptures speak about how 7,000 men is not gonna bow to the image of Baal. Okay, so you're gonna have the elect ultimately who's not gonna worship or be a part of that beast system. Okay, who's not gonna take that microchip. All right. So verse 16, it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast, or the number or the number of his name. So going into that word mark goes into charagma, okay. That mark is ultimately going into that RFID chip, all right, which like they mentioned in the article how Tesla made that deal, all right, to basically purchase those AI chips for the company. So we have we could speculate that a part of that RFID chip is going to be probably used with the AI chips, all right. So everything is coming in a full circle through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right. So I want to get the last precept. This is the book of Job, chapter 5. Let me see. Verse 12. It reads, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So the Lord is going to disappoint the devices of the crafty, which is Esau. He's the crafty one, all right, because he's trying to manipulate and try to use his technology and his wisdom to microchip everybody, all right. He wants everybody to be a part of his, to worship his beast system, all right. But the Lord is going to disappoint that, all right, because ultimately the elect has to be saved, all right. Esau is not going to be able to fulfill 100% of his agenda, because Yahweh Shah is going to return and bring his kingdom down, his rulership down, his throne down. All right, so it says, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, and their enterprise is going into that new world order. All right, and we know a part of that new world order, they want to have the population into, I believe, 500,000 or 500 million. All right, because they're going to try to, also kill a lot of people. All right, so the Lord is going to intervene with that, So, Lord willing, that was it. Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to make it quick, quick and basic, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And with that, shalom.